I therefore don't like having my time wasted. So I had to get up at 8 a.m. To vote for the move to next business, which I would quite like to have had a lie-in.
Well, the only genitals I'm interested in, probably mine and my wife's, and that's in the privacy of our own home.
Wow.
I sort of guess people thought, well, we'd had a debate at Spring Conference.
Rights, there is a concern that your party's rules will allow biological men to take women's posts.
I mean, I tend to think that it's perfectly reasonable for a party, A, to have this debate, and I'll be interested to see how it turns out. I trust it'll be respectful and there'll be a conclusion.
Good morning, Conference. We're now moving on to the debate on item F4, the constitutional amendment on diversity quotas. But in fact, we might not be moving on to it because we have had a request to move to next business.
Conference, unfortunately, the motion in front of us is a sham. It misrepresents the legal position. It runs contrary to our values, and we do not let our conference, our voice as members, be used to legitimise bigotry in the name of a small and extremist faction.
Right now, free speech is under pressure in the UK. Feminist books banned from libraries, whole book prizes cancelled, comedy writers arrested over tweets. People don't have to agree with all...
Settle down, please.
People don't have to agree with all, or even any, of their views, but free speech doesn't exist if only one side is allowed to speak. We must stop telling people it's unsafe to hear views they disagree with. That excuse opens the door to censorship, violence and tyranny. In terms of the amendment, it really is very simple. No political party is above the law. Our current Article 2.5 is not compliant with the Equality Act, which governs these provisions. The Supreme Court ruling in April this year is clear. In the Equality Act, sex, man and woman are about biology. So we need to update 2.5 in line with this ruling. We have a separate quota for trans identities in 2.6. So please, Conference, let's show we care about the law, we care about equalities, we care about women's rights, and we care about free speech. We are liberals. Let's live up to our name.
One of the debates and discussions that isn't going to be going on at your conference this week is a debate over transgender issues. That has been refused to be debated on the conference floor.
Well, if it's an issue that we don't want to debate, I must have missed that because it seems to have been debated at nearly every Liberal Democrat conference that I've been to over the last few years. I wasn't in the hall myself. I have to say this isn't one of those issues that I'm particularly preoccupied by. Tom, I know there are many people in the media who would like to talk about this and the subject of genitalia at some length. Well, the only genitals I'm interested in, probably mine and my wife's, and that's in the privacy of our own home.
Wow.
Questions in about the decision not to have a debate on trans.
In our Spring Conference, debated a whole policy paper on LGBT plus rights, and And the debate, or the lack of a debate here, I wasn't in the auditorium to hear the arguments, but I sort of guess people thought, well, we'd had a debate at Spring Conference.
And the reason we had a mini debate and the reason why that didn't move forward is because the reality is we have not as yet had the full EHRC guidance, and we would just end up having the same debate again.
Conference, unfortunately, the motion in front of us is a sham. It runs contrary to our values. For transphobic views. And we do not let our conference, our voice as members, be used to legitimise bigotry in the name of a small and extremist faction.
And I think what's important is we see the HRC guidance that follows from that. I know that all political parties in society are waiting for that. I hope they move forward quickly with it.
While you were out with your marching band this morning, some female Lib Dem activists were stopped from having a debate they wanted to raise at conference about trans rights. Why are you afraid of the conversation?
Well, we're not. The question should go to other parties. Have they debated it? We have. This year, in a really thoughtful way, where both sides of the argument were heard, we have debate from all sides, unlike other parties. The truth is what I'm saying is that we abide by the law. There was a motion that I wasn't part of to move on to next business.